Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. Today I am here with an exciting Pan Those Eyeshadows update. I am doing this project this year using Makeup by Laney's prompts, which I have found really fun. I love doing it this way because you do kind of get a prompt based project and you also get to choose your shades out of the prompt, so you have a little bit more flexibility. This project was originally created by Alexy. She's not posting on YouTube anymore, but she does have some playlist up if you want to go and check her out. Yeah, I miss her on YouTube, but I know she's having lots of fun on her farm with her horses and everything. So yeah, but you can check out her channel if you want to see her old playlists. So I'm going to jump into the eyeshadows that I'm working on. Before I do so, if you're new here, please consider subscribing. I would love to have you in the family. Let's jump into the video. So as always, I'm going to go in the order of the oldest eyeshadow first and then move down. So the first eyeshadow that I have, I rolled in from my Soft Glam palette, and the prompt that I got is a black eyeshadow. So you probably know which shadow it is because it is the only black shadow in this palette, and it is the shade Noir. This is what it looked like last month. At that point, I had it been in for 2 months, and I had used it 10 times. I used it 5 times in the first month, 5 times in the second month, and this is where this eyeshadow is today. So you can see not really a dip or anything. I mean, you can see a slight dip right there, like it's a barely dip. But I have actually used this one 10 additional times this past month for a total of 20. And if you don't know my rules, I do have a threshold at 20, so I can roll things out after 20 uses. Or obviously, if I want to keep using them to hit pan, I can. But as you can see with this product, I've used it 20 times already and it barely has a dip, so I'm going to roll this one out for the 20 uses. So it's been fun to work on this one. I don't really reach for black normally every single day otherwise, so it's been fun to incorporate into looks. I've been using it as a liner a couple of days, but I also actually surprisingly have used it a lot in looks as like a deeper nap shade as well. So it's been fun to play around with, but I'm happy to put this away because black is not something that I necessarily reach for every single day. The second palette that I have is my Red Dragon palette from Odin's Eye in collaboration with Judy. I rolled this one in for an eyeshadow from a palette with no pans. And the shadow that I decided to roll in is the shade Gin. So this is what they looked like last month. At that time I had been in for 1 month and I had used it 4 times. Since then I have reached for it 8 additional times, and this is where it is today. So I don't know if you can pick up, but there is a little bit of a dip in this eyeshadow now. I mean, I don't know how close I am to pan. I haven't hit pan on this palette obviously yet, and I don't have anything else in this kind of pan shape from Odin's Eye that I've hit pan on. So I'm not sure how long it's going to take. But I am happy to see a dip, and I have now reached for it 12 times. So my goal for next month is to use it the additional 8 times or to hit pan. And honestly, I do think I should be able to hit pan on this eyeshadow. Even if it takes slightly longer than 20 uses, I'm going to try to push through because I feel like it is very feasible to hit pan on this eyeshadow. So yeah, this one was staying in the project at least for 1 more month. So we'll see how it goes, but that is the second eyeshadow. So as always, I forgot to swatch, but here we have the first 2 shadows that I've talked about. So we have Noir and then Gin, or Yin, however you say it, and then here is the eyeshadow saying In. So that is that one I just spoke about. So far, those are the differences in my color story. So the third eyeshadow that I have been working on comes from my Jackie Aina palette. I rolled this one in for, was it Something You Want to Pan? Was that it? Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, I rolled it in for Something You Want to Pan. And this is the swatch of it right there, as you can see. And that is the eyeshadow Sam from this palette. Again, it rolled in last month, and this is what it looked like at that point. Since then, I have reached for this one 7 times, and this is where it is today. So hopefully you can see there that I was actually able to pan on it. It didn't take too long, but this is a beautiful eyeshadow. It's very sparkly. I actually really enjoy it. I mean, you can see the high shine finish, and it's very textured as well. I don't know if the camera is picking it up, but it's such a beautiful eyeshadow. I've been loving wearing this, and yeah, I've been really happy to show this palette some more love. I do have 2, 4, 5 pans in here now. Yeah, so that is my most recent pan, and this palette is looking a little bit more loved. It's still not my favorite palette, but I do like it, and I think I'm going to reach for the rainy shades in here now in the upcoming months because this is a very autumnal palette for me. So I'm excited to have gotten some use out of it, but I'm hoping to keep reaching for it again in the next coming weeks or months, and we'll see how it goes, but I am rolling this eyeshadow out. Next up, we have another eyeshadow that I rolled in last month. The remaining shades have rolled in last month, and I rolled in the prompt something from your favorite palettes. And my favorite palette in my collection is the Natasha Denona Gold palette, and the shade that I decided to go with is the shade Kava, which looked like this at the last update when it first rolled in. Since then, I have reached for this one 11 times, and this is where this eyeshadow is today. So I think you can definitely see that it's been used. I don't know how much you can pick it up in the pictures, but I think here you can see like there is a little bit of a dip showing. And with this eyeshadow, I don't know if I'm going to be able to pan on it in 20 uses. The pans are really, really deep in this palette. Like the larger Natasha Denona pans are really, really big. So I'm not sure if I'll be able to pan on this one, like I said, but I'm going to try to do it. Otherwise, it's 9 more uses, which I should be able to do next month. So again, I'm hopefully going to have this out by the next update. And you can see it there on the bottom. It's a really, really beautiful sparkly shade. It's something that you can incorporate in a lot of looks, like as a topper or like in the corner, or like, yeah, wherever you want to put it. It's really, really stunning. I'll be using it a lot in both those ways. I used it as an corner highlights a couple times, but mainly I have put it over other looks because I just feel like it's such a beautiful kind of effect with that. So that is staying in as well, and that is my current color story. So the last eyeshadow that I rolled in last month came from the prompt matte eyeshadow in the shade blue, and I decided to roll in this really, really deep royal blue. You can see it there at the bottom, and that eyeshadow comes from my Wilderness palette. So this is one of the Beauty Bay palettes, and the pans are usually quite easy to hit in this one. That's why I chose that blue, because blue is obviously something that it's not obviously, but it's something that I don't really wear every single day. So I wanted to have like an easier formula to pan on. And this is what this eyeshadow looked like last month. Since then, I have actually reached for this one 5 times, and this is where this eyeshadow is today. So as you can see, no pan yet, but there is a little bit of a dip going, which is really exciting. I'm actually wearing this one in my look today as like my blue out the corner shade. And yeah, I do like it. It's quite a nice blue. It's also one that I think I should be able to use as a liner if I want. But obviously when I have been going for that kind of shadow liner look, I've been going for that black eyeshadow in the past month. So maybe it's something that I can switch up for the remaining month. I do think for sure that I will hit pan on this one before my 20 uses. As you can see, I'm already having a little bit of a dip, like I said. So we'll see how long it takes. I think this might be another one that I can have out next month. So I'm hoping that the remaining 3 shadows in this project will all be rolled out at the next update. So that is it on this hand. And obviously this was my old color story right there. So you can see what it looks like. And these are the 3 remaining shades. So I'm going to go ahead and pull out my randomizer or my Tiny Decisions app. And I have all the prompts listed in there. The prompts that I've already had, I have blacked out. So I don't want to have repeating prompts. It is worth noting though that Laney have made 2 prompt lists. The one I'm using actually do have a couple of prompts that are in several times, just because she wanted them to be more likely to be rolled than some others. So that's kind of like the one I'm using. It's the original one. But once I have rolled like that specific like little field, I do kind of black it out so that I can't roll that one again. But I might have the same prompt again, but that is because it's in the wheel multiple times. So here we have the wheel. I'm going to have to roll 2 prompts because we have 2 eyeshadows rolling out. We have the shade Sam from Jacqueline and the shade Noir from the Soft Glam. So I'm going to go ahead and roll. Also, before I roll, it's worth noting that I do have one kind of rule when it comes to my color story, and that is that I want to have at least 2 mattes. As you can see, last month I had 3 mattes, so I was all clear. And I still have 2 mattes in the project. I have that kind of more reddish brown here and then that blue. So I can technically pick all shimmers if I want, but I can also pick more mattes. It's up to like whatever I roll, I guess. But I don't really have any stipulation that I need to include another matte because I already have enough. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and pick my prompts and let's just see what I get. Any shimmer. Okay, perfect. Because again, as said, I am fine with rolling in more shimmers. So that is the first one. And then the second prompt is going to be Red Shadow Shimmer. Perfect, 2 shimmers. At least that's good then that I had 2 mattes already, otherwise I probably would have had to re-roll. So any shimmer collections, which is going to be quite, I don't know, it's going to be a bit annoying to find because, I mean, I guess I could kind of pick anything I want to pan. And then for red shimmer, I'm going to have a look what I can roll in. But I will choose my shadows and then I will be right back. So I am back and have chosen my 2 new shadows. This is the color story that I decided to go with compared to the old one. So you can have a little quick overview, but let's go through the 2 new shades. So for any shimmer, I decided to go with one of my single eyeshadows. This is a part of my collection that I want to get more use out of, and I just love how special they are. I mean, you can see on my hand there, that shimmer, how like beautiful and special it is. So what I decided to go with is one of my Terra Moon's Cosmetics singles, and this one is in the shade Terra Borealis, which looks like this. So this is like almost like one of those blue-brown kind of pigments, but it's beautiful. It has like a pink shift as well. I don't know if the camera will be able to pick it up. Maybe there a little bit. I'm not sure, but it is a beautiful eyeshadow. It has like a kind of warm brown base, similar to Yin actually, and then it has like, you can kind of see the base as well. It has this like turquoisey blue shift as well as a pinky purple shift as well at certain angles. It's absolutely stunning, and it's going to be so nice to work on this one. Hopefully it won't take too long to hit pan on because the eyeshadow is very creamy and it is very, it's not flaky, but it's just very, very like sparkly and creamy, I guess. So hopefully it won't take too long, and I'm going to be really excited to play with this eyeshadow. It's going to be a perfect one, especially leaning into autumn, and I think it's going to be a nice one for every day too. So I'm very, very excited about this one. I'm very happy that I picked this one for any shimmer. Then for a red shimmer, I was kind of going back and forth with what I wanted to roll in. Straight away, there was a specific shade that came to mind, but I tried to go through my collection to find something else because I wasn't sure if I wanted to roll in that shade. However, I did go back to it, and that is actually another shade from my Wilderness palette. And as you might be able to guess if you know the palette, I decided to go with the shade Heat at the bottom right here. Honestly, this is probably the worst shadow in the palette. It is not very like creamy. It's very, very stiff, and it doesn't pick up very easily too. It also does get hard pan quite easily. I don't know if you can pick it up, but that's just for me swatching it. And yeah, it goes kind of like very, very weird. However, it is kind of the most true red shimmer that I have in my collection, apart from one shade which I do not want to roll in and pan, and that is the red shadow in the Pat McGrath Bronze Seduction palette. I love that shade, but I don't want to roll it in to, I don't think I'm going to be able to hit pan it obviously within 20 uses. So that would be like 20 uses and then roll out, and I just don't feel ready for that right now, to reach for a red eyeshadow 20 times. Who knows, I might be like biting myself in the ass and I have to use this one 20 times too. But again, like I said earlier, the Beauty Bay formula is quite easy to pan on usually because the pans aren't too deep. So we'll see how it goes with this eyeshadow. Again, that is a swatch of it at the bottom. As you can see, it is very much like a true red shimmer. It's more of a satin shade, to be honest, especially next to the other one, but it is a true red. So those are the 2 eyeshadows that I'm rolling in, and again, that is my old color story, and this is my new. Again, I feel like this is very autumnal. I'm very, very excited to reach for them. I do think I should be able to have out at least 3 eyeshadows next month, which are the top 3, like I already mentioned. Who knows, maybe I can even have out this new roll in here because it's such a beautiful eyeshadow. I'm sure I want to reach for it all the time. So maybe I can have that one out. Not sure. And who knows, maybe if this red is easy to incorporate, I might have that one out too. So who knows, I might have 3 to 5 shades rolling out next month. If I can have a complete refresh, that would be amazing. But I'm not going to pressure myself because, yeah, I'm just going to take the project as it comes. So that was it for today, you guys. I really, really hope you enjoyed my update. Let me know how you're doing with this project down below. If you post on YouTube, I have most likely seen your update. I watch every single Pan Those Eyeshadows I can find. I love this project so much. But if you are just doing it in your own time, or if you only post on Instagram, there is a chance that I have missed it. So let me know how you're doing. But yeah, I hope you're having a lovely day wherever you are, and I will catch you in my next one. Bye, guys.